We got the victory music on tonight. Knicks in the Chi for the first of two on the road. Julius would set the tone early, in his bag early, man, destroying the Bulls in his wake. You send the mismatch to Julius, he's eating your food, and Julius would set the tone early for this Knicks. And a point guard played tonight. We didn't know if Jalen Brunson was going to show up, but the floor general showed up and delivered in crunch time. Quentin Grimes with big plays. The Block Ness monster Mitchell Robinson with big plays. RJ Barrett with a pretty good performance as well. And the Knicks would get their fifth in a row in a 128-120 overtime thriller. Let's talk about it, man. Give credit to Julius once again. Another 30-point outing, and he was destroying these Bulls in their wake, especially in the beginning of the game. I thought the ball movement by the Knicks overall was crispy. They were very efficient in their offense. Defensively, they were getting after it. I thought Quentin Grimes' defense on Levine to start the game off was pretty solid. RJ did a commendable job on DeRozan. Overall, the starting five fought. Second unit made some solid contributions, man. McBride, Sims, IQ, especially in that first half. Third quarter, things started tightening up. I think Knicks started to turn the ball over a lot more. I think they had 6 turnovers in the third alone. Bulls started getting a little bit more energy. Levine, DeRozan started picking it up a little bit, and that's what brought the Bulls back into the game. And then in the fourth, the adjustments that Donovan made and the Bulls made, they stopped switching on Julius as much as they did in the first half. And so you had situations where Pat Williams was on him. You had Caruso guarding him in the high post. Julius holding on to the ball a little bit tired, forcing it a little bit. Bulls would send some doubles and triples at him, made it a little bit tough for him. So in the crunch time, couldn't really get the job done, but give credit, man. They hung in there. And overtime, it was the closer. It was the floor general, man, on a bad leg. Jalen Brunson with 30 points overall, with a solid 7 points in overtime. Give credit, because the kid is gritty, man. It wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. 128-120. Knicks get the overtime victory, bro. Your thoughts?
There's a reason why I'm wearing my Jalen Brunson jersey tonight. Shout out to Latch Money in the chat. He said Jalen Brunson is Jalen Brunson him, because this man, there's a reason why he's the closer, CP. Yeah. There's a reason why you
R.I.P. to Caruso, by the way. I think they still outlining Caruso in chalk. When you see the next game on Friday, you see a little body mark right there by the Bulls bench. Caruso, R.I.P.
Like a jar of pickles, bro. Just splashed over the floor, man. Jalen Brunson with a sweep move, broke the ankles, knocked down to 3 in crunch time. Brunson in OT had 7 points, critical 7 points, because no one else outside of him was getting the job done. Of course, you have Quentin Grimes with a clutch 3, a friendly bounce going there. You had Randle, who went 1 for 2 from the free throw line, but Jalen Brunson, that was the guy who I thought Tibbs was going to go to in the fourth quarter, instead of just having a Julius Randle ISO wind down the clock. Not really a good play design, but overall, you got to commend all these guys for what they did tonight. It was just a fantastic effort, especially from your big 3. You have Jalen Brunson with 30 points. You have Julius Randle with 31 points. You have RJ Barrett with 22 points. RJ shooting really well from 3. Everyone in the starting rotation was knocking down their shots from 3. The team hit. CP, the team hit 53% from downtown, 18 for 34.
Yeah.
That is something we have not seen in quite some time. I know, yes, sometimes the Knicks get hot on certain nights, but tonight, against a good quality opponent, the Chicago Bulls, who seem to be figuring things out, I thought it was a solid win overall tonight. But you got to give kudos to Julius Randle, who played very well tonight. Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, Quentin Grimes had critical buckets.
Grimes high,
it was just
up.
A solid effort all around.
I want to talk a little bit about the big picture here, right? Mm-hmm. So, front office, we bring in Jalen Brunson. I really want Knicks fan to understand what we're building here. We got a point guard first time in, 20 years that we could really hang our hat on and say that this is a core piece.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now we have young pieces who are getting experience learning how to win. I understand. I was a little scared a couple of days ago when we were losing, really thinking to ourselves, are we the mid-3? Is this a mid-season? I saw your post, CP, about everything being mid, and that still might be true in terms of where we are in the stage of development. But, however, with this winning streak and hopefully with a playoff run, I'm not a big tank guy. I want a playoff run. We're getting the young guys that we need critical experience on how to win and how to build a culture, and with a point guard. So I want to give the front office some credit. They don't do everything perfect, but the overall trajectory is the right one. But however, I do want to call attention to one thing that is, y'all just gave RJ an 8.5. Not a big fan of that because I love RJ, I really do, but defensively, he has been getting cooked this entire season, and it's really been scaring me to see him defensively. Like, I'm going to just keep the call real short and quick, but that defense right there is a big issue, big glaring issue.
I just want to know if this winning streak counts since the superstar Cam Reddish is on the bench. I don't understand. Does it still count? I mean, do we still count the wins and all that? Because, they were making a whole lot of problems like 5 games ago, how we hurting him and we're doing all this wrong by him. And all the Knicks have done is won since he's been on the bench.
Yeah.
But let's skip that part. Listen, after a slow start to the season, my man, my guy, Rowan, has been playing well.
Yeah.
His defense is kind of back to what it needs to be.
Yep.
The last couple of games, he's actually playing good defense. I'm just pointing that out. If the Knicks are somewhere above 3 or 4 games above 500 come the All-Star break, we're going to have 2, maybe 3 All-Stars. I think we definitely have 2 in Jalen and Julius. So we should be – I'm telling you, Julius is going to make it, and Jalen's going to make it for sure. It's just going to happen. It's going to happen because Jalen been good all year. So, and my point is this. If we beat the Bulls again, I think we might get this winning streak to like 8 or 9. And then we put ourselves in a position where we could like lose a couple games here and there and stuff like that. Because really, if it's not Milwaukee or Boston, everybody else is crazy. Nobody knows who's really good or who's not in the Eastern Conference. So let's skip the Debbie Downers tonight. I know who they are. I see them on Twitter. Let's focus on positivity. Remember, we all wanted this before the season, right? We all wanted young players to play and all that stuff. And they're playing and we're winning. We should be happy.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
And, man, we'll see you guys Friday. Knicks and Bulls return match. Good win tonight. Al, good show. TM, Chuck D, everybody, all the mods, good show. We out here. Peace.